Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with part 7. So before we go into it, I want to give a shout out to my man, Jason Bullock. So if you guys who are out there doing comic books and you've got your story and you got your art and you're almost ready to produce your book, but you have no idea where to go or what to do after that, Jason Bullock is the man. I'm going to leave you his Facebook address. Go talk to him. He's always producing books, going out to conventions. When me and my friends started our company a long time ago, he was there with all the answers that we didn't have. So if you are in need of answers about where to go, how to get the books produced, what size of the papers, what's a TIFF, what's a JPEG, anything that you need, this man can answer. So I'm going to leave his link to his Facebook page. So if you need any questions answered, go check him out. He's also an artist and a writer and a creator, a Renaissance man, as he says. So yeah, just tell him that Brian sent you. And then, the guy, he's a really friendly guy. He'll answer all your questions. And he helped me out a number of times. I wouldn't be sitting right here today, I'm telling you, if it was not for that man. So check him out. Tell him Brian said thanks. Anyway, let's get on with part 7. Yeah, part 7. And right over here, let's go. All right, welcome back to part 7, if I'm not mistaken. I was up till like 3 a.m. yesterday, so forgive my voice, and it's kind of early this morning. So we left off doing the female. We did the legs yesterday. So let's show you a side position. I showed you a quick way to do the female body front position. As I said, it is early. Keep your line straight, and then your triangle. Are you seeing this? Good. And then your head, then your arms. Usually just bring them in there. The heart, bring it to the side or bring it off of that triangle. Computer, set alarm for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
So that I can have 5 minutes to do the character afterwards. Then you bring it down and then around and then the legs. And then you have basically the female body that way. To do the side view, you do the K. Do the letter K right there. Chop it off. This is going to be the front. This is going to be the back because you want to curve it around. This is your shoulders here. Your arm. Curve that like that. The leg comes up. You have this part of the hip here for the other leg. Then you have the head, the other shoulder in there, and then you have the chest. Not making her too fat. Like that. So you have the side view, and then a profile view is actually like this. And this is just an easy way to do this, the profile. Try not to have the line crooked. My line is kind of leaning forward already. So that's that. So did I show you guys? I don't know if I showed you guys this or not. Then I'll take this and just bring it down a little bit. And then this is going to be the back. This is going to be the head. This is going to be the chest, of course. This is the buttocks, of course. So, and then you add the stomach here, bring it down and into there, and your legs are going to be in here. And you have to practice with the shape because what? Because you don't want it to be off, like the back could come out a little bit more. The buttocks doesn't have to be out that far. So you don't want to do too far out. I mean, you don't want way out here and way out here. So it's just a simple like this, going down like that. But for some reason, I always make my lines go forward. then I showed you the legs are like this, the back, and then of course your shoulders here. And then your neck. So bring that down, and your neck and your head. So those three shapes will help you to quickly draw the body. Now, as I keep harping on it, don't worry about your lines being perfect, especially if you're dressing one of these figures. If you're putting armor or a cape or something nice on it, something that's going to cover up the body, don't sweat it too much. I mean, if it's somebody like in a bathing suit, then yeah, you have to, you know, kind of think on that part. As in, yeah, she's got to look, you know, her best because she's in a bathing suit. The body has to look good. Like so. And if you do this a couple times, just like do this 5 times. I say people, if you have trouble drawing something, draw that one thing 5 times. And then it's muscle memory. It stays in your head, and then you will know how to draw it every time. And of course this. And it's easy to put the puzzle together once you understand the puzzle pieces, which is all this is. It's just the body's a puzzle, and you have all these pieces that you have to put together. And once you do that, you're good to go. And then the side here. Forgive my shaky hand because, as I said, it's early. I was up 3 in the morning. Like that, and then you have your head coming up. I'm going to give her a little more neck. But those are 3 ways to draw the quick female anatomy. Double triangle. This one piece is the total length of the shoulder and hips. So this is the bottom right there. So it's a double triangle. The K, the open K, like that. You don't want it too fat. And then you top and bottom. And this strange piece here comes down, kind of like halfway down, and then slope it, and then like that. So 3 quick ways to do the body. As I said, if I'm dressing these characters, then none of this stuff matters because I'm covering up something that might be a big mistake. As long as you get the form right, then you're good. Some kind of armor. And I remember in the 80s, all these superheroes used to be just as naked as they can be. It was like, if I can put the least amount of clothes on this character would be great. So like for this one, you know, you always had the bikini cut shorts and the small top, kind of like futuristic or whatever top. But then she'll have like these gloves on with this big armor and bands here and bands there and big old boots with, you know, blades and stuff. But the rest of her was just, you know, just straight up naked. And then that would be a superhero. And then, you know, you put something on her like a cape or something, put some mess on her, and here's the cape. I don't know, are you saving me? Are you selling, sex or what? Because she was just as naked as can be. It's like bikini wear, but she was a superhero. So, nobody argued with that. Everybody wanted to see that skin, but that was the 80s. So later on, they started changing and putting more clothes on a female, and maybe people started complaining or something. But just with this rough right there, you can see that you can cover up the body, and you won't see the mistakes. I don't know, what would you put? A belt on the side, something down here, I don't know, and the shorts. Let's see the shorts here. Who could say? Who can say? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, those three shapes, you good to go. All right, what else I said I was going to do? The male legs, I talked about the legs and not put muscles on the legs. So the difference between, you still see that? The difference between the male and the female is you want to add just a few muscles to the legs, a little bit. Again, if you're covering your male character up, don't do me like that. Focus on my hand, there. If you cover it up, then you won't need to put muscles in there. The difference between the female and the male, like let's say the buttocks, is the female is going to go down like that. Her cheek is going to go down like this, and it's going to curve like that. The male's is going to stay up, and then you have that little dimple like that, and then not so far out with the hips. The female could be like this, whereas the male would be like this, and then you could give him more of a thicker leg. And then if I'm doing a male, then I will do like the calves, like that, and then these two lines here to represent where the leg bends. But if I'm doing the female, it's going to be more sloped like that. Get a little bit of knee in there. And I would curve this. This to me is the most important part down here, when you curve this calf like that, whereas the man's could be like straight. So if I find my eraser and erase these extra lines, and then inside is straight down for the foot and out is your heel for the man too. Here's his heel. I'm going to put his foot too far out. And then I took this piece of paper. If I could pick the piece of paper up, and I covered it like so, seeing that would be the female, and if it doesn't blur on me, that would be the male. So yeah, it's all basically like all in the hips. We already knew that. And the buttocks is like straight and then come up, whereas the female goes down at an angle. And then of course you have that. So what else did I do? I woke up early this morning. I started thinking about some stuff to show, because I said this is really not scripted. So let's work on the hips, and usually on the hips, that's the waist, that's the hips. So usually, like as I say, it's the upside down house, or for the female, it's more the baseball home plate because it's wide. Now for the male, it would be more like this, like that shape, whereas the females, you bring it out more. And usually at the bottom, if you're straight on like this, I draw this. I'm leaving junk. Okay, that's not gonna, once you draw that, you gotta understand, round it off. So usually I will this, if it's at an angle, and that's the tuna can. Well, no, the tuna can will go on top. Basically, my brain is not fully awake yet. You're having the legs here. However you turn your character, if it's up, then you're going to see the part for the legs, and then you go do the top half, remembering that the body is round. And that kind of helps you to do it however you choose to turn the hips. So like the woman sideways, it would be more like this. And then there's your legs, and then there's your stomach and your back. And then for the woman, well, sideways like that. It's actually put some curve into it. It goes out because the legs go up here. The legs are kind of go here, and it does this. And for the female, I would be bring it out and curve it. For the male, you can have it straight. It depends on, you know, what, if you're doing female or male, the buttocks, the back, and then the legs. For the male, bring that in, and then you bring your legs. And that's your side. Notice I did a little pinch right here because the back is going back like that. The arm is back here. The arm is right there. Because the legs actually come up kind of like that. And if you need to turn it to the side a little bit, if you just want a little bit of, if you don't want a full side view, you just bring it out a little bit more. So basically I just added a little extra piece, keeping that same curve. And then you can have the arm come out here, and then your head, however you would choose to do your head. Because you don't really see too many profiles of people standing unless two people are talking. But even at that, they'll do this. They'll have two people slightly turned a little bit. And this is why I don't draw with a pen. They're facing each other, so it's basically almost a profile with just a little line, added line just to turn it a little bit. So I'm looking at my notes, and I said something. Well, this is something that I want to work on as well. If you are the type that really can't draw, if you want to do a book or you want to design characters and you really can't draw, and the only thing you can do is a stick figure. You start out with your stick figure. And most people do the stick figure. How do they do the stick figure? They do it like this, like this, like this, and like that. That's their stick figure. Now I did a video a long time ago about turning a stick figure into a full figure, and I'm gonna show you here because somebody's watching this video and they're like, man, that's good. I wish I could draw that. I'm not that advanced. Well, I'm going to make you that advanced almost today. So here's your stick figure right here, right? It's your stick figure. Change that stick figure just a little bit. This line right here, the body line, have this. Then have a T, capital T. And at the bottom of here, put that. So you're kind of making an I. It's just like a capital I. Except make this a little smaller right here. Make this, okay? Now, at the end of that, there's your legs, right? At the end of this, there's your arms. And of course, you have your head. So you're good to go right there, right? So you want to take this up. There's a little box. Keep that in the center. And you want to bring these down to that box. You see that? So now you just took that stick figure and you put some meat on him. Now, since this is the center, you want to do your legs. Put that on the edge like that. Cut it. And this is just two straight lines going down. Some people are, oh, I can't draw, but you can write A, B, C, D, E. You can do that all day, and the body is just that. So, same thing here. And then your neck, this is the center, so you want to put two on the outside. Then just put an oval for the hand. and a half a triangle for the feet, straight down, and then that. So it's like an L, doing an L, and then you put a point on that, and this is the opposite L. So you just went from a stick figure to somebody that you can actually work with and be proud of. Now remember what I was saying about the neck. Go back and look at it. The size of your neck determines the age or the power of a person. So this guy's got a small neck here. If I take that neck and I bring it straight down from the side of the face, like that, now he's just a little more powerful. So you have this already. So if I do like a triangle right here and a triangle right there, he is even more powerful. You already have that slim waist because you have this here. So it goes in, so he's got a nice little waist. You can do the house again if you choose. I mean, you don't need to do the house, but you can because you already got it already done. So you have this. You can bring that out more, bring it down more. Your legs are already done. You just figure, where's my knee at? My knee is going to be right here and right here, right here, right here. So just go out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. And then the same thing with the arms. Since we're doing this, we just bring this out a little bit more, curve that, and shift that arm over a little bit. Same thing. You want to do an oval with the arm, and then a triangle with the arm, and then just plaster this little piece up here, and then you have your hand. Or if you want to keep it right there, that's fine too. Just curve, make that a circle in like that. That's just fine too. So in seconds, you have learned how to take a stick figure and turn it into a regular figure. And I've already showed you about the female, just 2 triangles. You know, if you don't even try to do a stick figure and turn it into a woman, just do the 2 triangles and you're good to go. You are good to go. Just curve that and then curve that. Shoulders, round those shoulders off. There's the head. There's the body. So it is really easy to draw, but nobody has really showed you this stuff. I don't know why, because I guess a lot of artists are so busy showing you how good they can draw. When they say, oh, I'll show you how to draw Spider-Man, and they draw this nice little Spider-Man, and basically you're entertained. You're like, oh, wow, okay, this is good. Oh, here's Spider-Man, and he's shooting this web, and you know, he's got one leg up and the other leg all crazy up, and he's swinging, and it looks really good. But then, you, like I said, you're entertained, but then you haven't really learned anything because you were just entertained. That's a pretty good Spider-Man, Brian. I was just playing around. Oh, well, Spider-Man position. So, like I said, you're entertained, but you're not really learning anything because they are showing you, you know, just how good they can draw instead of showing you how good you could probably draw. I'm not even going to try to draw this little crazy little Spider-Man position. Then why are you doing it? I had that hand come down, this one here, and this one, you would see the front, the back of the hand. So the thumb would be outside. His finger would be, how Spider-Man shoot his little webs? I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah, whatever. I'd have to actually see it before I can do it. So yeah, they're so busy showing you how good they can draw, they're not showing you how you can draw. So because when the internet started, I used to go on there trying to figure out how to do this and how to do that. And then people, they have great intention. I remember looking at this one video that was about Photoshop, and this girl was teaching you how to do something. And then she was clicking, oh, click this and click this and click that. And then she lost it. She just forgot what she was doing. And she just started clicking on her own self and then started humming and then talking about her dog. And I'm like, well, are you showing me something? So yeah, that, you know, so I was like, you know what? I'll show people what I can do. So what else was I talking about? Balance. Let's talk about balance. You have to have your character has to be balanced. If you have a table that has like 2 legs, let's say 3 legs, you got a table with 3 legs. You can't have all 3 legs over here because that table would fall down. Same thing with a character. anytime you draw a character, he has to have balance if you're standing up. So if I drew some kind of weird position that I have no idea what I'm doing, he has to have that balance from like this point. Let's just put it this way. From this little dip right here. This is why you have that straight line. This is like your weight point. His legs are open, so it's good distribution. But if I just do a character somehow, and as I say, it's kind of hard for me to do position. Let's do a running position. Okay, let's do that. Let's just bend him down like this. He's running. Where's that? The hips. This leg. Now notice how this leg comes in. Let's say this leg is going back. There is this little point here that always goes down to your heel. That shows you that it's a balance point. Well, before I ink that. Now, I drew this and you're like, okay, yeah, that guy's running. Now, if I took that leg and I put it out here, he could be taking a step, like he's hopping and he's about to hop again, but he can't stand that way forever. That's not, he would fall down. I don't know why I made this leg so long. In action, yeah, you can like hop from one stone to the other stone like this. But as far as you being able to stay there, you could already see he would fall down. So you have to have that balance point. And that's why a lot of times when you see runners or people draw running, that leg is so far in because it's that balance. This side, that side, and there's the foot. So there's going to be that balance point. And that's just something. Computer, stop alarm. Never listen to me when I'm on camera. Computer, stop alarm. So that's the 25 minute and at 25. And I said I want 25 just so I can have the little drawing thing. And that's just something when you're drawing, you have to think about, how's your character standing or running. So it's that if you can in any drawing, let's see if I can find something. I said I was going to ink that. If you can, anytime you got your legs open, that's going to be a balance. I don't think I have too many where they're standing. And it's okay, let's see this one. Like that. This one. Even though it's twisted, that line comes straight down and the foot is going to be here. So usually wherever your foot is, if this is your foot, that balance point is going to be right there at the back of your heel. Try standing up and standing on like one leg and see how you shift your leg to where that part right up under your neck is going to be right down there close to your heel. And this he would be up on a stone or something in the other one. So, but because you have that leg shifted and the way this shifts over, it's getting close to that balance point. So yeah. All right. And I had a lot more, so I'm going to keep going with this video, but I'm going to ink this because I said I was going to ink this yesterday just because, and I could have just inked it like last night and kind of got over. And what's the purpose of inking it? To show you how easy it is to ink, I guess. To show you that everything that I have been doing is very simple to do. won't see any of the stomach. The chest goes behind here. The hip could be changed a little bit. And when you draw, it's good to have your centered leg. Where's your center of your leg? You just keep finding that, and that helps if you're trying to draw muscles on the legs. I think it was something I said I was going to say, but at this point, I can't remember what that was. Talked about your job. What could you do if you were your dream job? What you would get paid. If you didn't get paid, do something all day and you not get paid for it. I can't think of what it was. So obviously it's not that important then. I'll try to remember it in the next video. So with this one, I want to call it a video. I'll call it a video. Throw my pencils down. I'm finished. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? Later.